Good morning, movers and shakers. It is James here, and it's a long time no see. You haven't seen any videos from me for a couple of months. I've been fairly busy with a few little side projects. The main reason I've been busy is that me and my wife actually welcomed our first child at the end of January. So it's been lots of late nights and nappy changes, which hasn't left an awful lot of time for training and racing. I think that's a fair excuse for you not seeing me. Another thing that I have been struggling with a little bit is a couple of injuries. I've had a bit of a high hamstring glute strain, which has been hanging around for months now, but still I'm struggling to shift a little bit. Been doing plenty of strength work, plenty of stretching, all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna have to start seeing a physio, I think, to try and get that sorted properly. I've also had a few issues with some IT band pain, something I've struggled with in the past, which seems to have cropped up again a little bit. So we're doing our best to try and get back on top of those so we can get back into some racing. So hopefully you can hear me all right. It's a little bit windy out here. I believe Storm Dave is coming this weekend. Sounds a pretty scary bloke, but we'll do our best. So I have got some races coming up. I've decided that to ease myself back in, I'm going to head back onto the trails for a little bit. So in mid-April, I've got the Swainby Sweep, which is a 7-mile trail race up on the North York Moors along the Cleveland Way. Done that one before. Oh, train passing. Perfect timing. And that's a really nice little race. Still got some tough climbs, but you know, with the short distance, I should be okay to dip my toe back into that one, fingers crossed. So the next race that I have coming up in May will be the White Horse Half Marathon from Hardmoors. It's a race I've done before. Again, it was actually the first race that I ever did that was over half marathon distance. It's about 26 kilometers, I think, about 500-600 meters of ascent. So it's not super easy, but it's not really technical trails, and I have done longer than that before. Got about 5 weeks until that now. I really need to start getting some mileage in, but I'm sure we'll get there. We'll walk around and have a nice day out if we have to. And then that's followed in June by another Hardmoors race, which is the Wainstones Half Marathon, which I believe is the only one of the Hardmoors halves which I haven't completed thus far. So I'm pretty excited to see that one. I know it's got some gnarly climbs over the Three Sisters and around the Lordstones area. So I'm really looking forward to that because I do like a technical trail, and that should be a lot of fun. Once I've done my little trail bits in the summer, I've got some pretty big goals and some pretty big plans as I head into the autumn. So for my autumn races, I'm heading back onto the roads and back to half marathons again. And in September, I will be running the Great North Run for the very first time. Despite it being such a local race, and maybe running for almost 10 years now, it's one I've never got round to doing, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm running it for a wonderful charity called Pregnancy Sickness Support. They're a charity that really helped me and my wife through our pregnancy and meant a lot to us. So if you are able to donate anything to the fundraiser, I'll leave a link somewhere if I can do that. That would be much appreciated. And then in October, after the Great North, I have Cardiff Half Marathon, which is the third of my super halves journey. So that'll be halfway through. I've already done Lisbon and I've already done Valencia. After Cardiff, there will be Copenhagen and Prague and Berlin to finish. My plans towards the end of the year are obviously a little bit up in the air still. I'm toying with the idea of doing something ultra. I'm looking at maybe a 50k somewhere, or definitely another trail marathon. If I can get some miles back in the legs, get some time on the feet, but we'll see where we go with that. And I will of course be doing some smaller races in between, so expect to see some videos from little 5k's, 10k's, park runs and things like that. They'll crop up here and there as I fill in the gaps in the calendar. So there we go, you're all up to date. I know you were all on the edges of your seat and all wondering where I'd got to. I'm not sure how you were coping without me, but now you know where I've been and you know what I'm up to this year. I'll be happy to see you out at races locally. Please do come over and say hello. Can't promise I won't be awkward, but it is always nice to speak to people. For now, I suppose I better get myself actually running and get some miles in these legs. So remember, as always, keep moving forward. Let's go!